What's up, team? Okay, so if you watched my trades this past week, you know I've been on a pretty big roll with my trading. I only lost one day last week, maintaining 75% daily accuracy, and the best part is, again, I did it all live, streaming on YouTube for everyone to see it live. And so make sure to hit the subscribe button, because in this video we're going over the best beginner scalping strategies so you can understand why I took these trades, plus breaking down my thought process as well. Okay, so before we get started with the rest, you have to understand that scalping stocks is really based off of momentum. And when you consider momentum, a lot of the time you're looking at high and low of the day breaks. If you look here, you can see the SPY or the mini S&P 500 crack below some previous lows it formed earlier in the day. When that happens, you're usually going to get a pretty significant surge of momentum on the downside, and a lot of other following stocks will get that surge as well. And when you look at it bounce, this is something that happens really often and is very common in the market, that when a stock breaks a previous high or low, it pulls back to actually test that level. But instead of it holding as support in this case, you anticipate it holding as resistance and rejecting the stock down in the following direction. That way, you can use the volatility and momentum the low of the day break on the S&P 500 or the SPY brings to other following stocks, again like AMD or MU, ride that momentum down, scalp 10 or 15 cents from it, and have a really nice high percentage play. I know I went over this one in last weekend's video as well, but I wanted to include it in this list just because it's been especially profitable this week as well. The next strategy on my list implements the high or low of the day with it as well. In this case, you're actually waiting for a stock to push above the previous high of the day, pull back down to test it, and then hold that level as support. When you see that, you're usually going to get a quick and sudden surge in the upward direction, allowing you to take 10 or 15 cents from that particular stock. I see this setup happen a ton in the market, and so if you can wait for these setups and this momentum to show itself, wait for stocks to actually break highs or lows, and then ride that momentum push, it's a really profitable way to trade, and I think it's really well suited for beginners as well. The next scalping strategy I wanted to go over in this video is something I called the quick rejection fade. This is when a stock is in a short-term downward trend, pulls back to the VWAP, and most importantly forms a low underneath the VWAP. You want it to be a really obvious level that has at least a few confirmations, and then a lot of the time you're going to see the stock push up and kind of test the VWAP area. You're looking for weakness after that, and so once the stock gets rejected below the VWAP, and most importantly actually breaks the previous low we mentioned earlier, that's usually going to look pretty weak, and as someone who stares at candlesticks all day, that just shows a lot of weakness, and you can take 10 or 15 cents on the short side and take a little bit of money out of the market. Remember, the key with this one is not to be too greedy and just keep it very short term. You don't want to marry these moves, you want to make your money and get out. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, if you want to day trade on the same platform as us, once you're approved, it comes with 14,000 in buying power to trade with, no PDT rule, shorting ability, a demo account, and access to their chat room. It's a pretty solid deal, and you can check out the link in the description for more info, and it's a great way to help support our channel as well. Good luck in the markets, and I'll see you all Monday morning.